Hi, my name is Lanides. I am the San Jose MMA Examiner, and this is my very first vlog. So I want to thank you for joining me. I'm going to be hopefully doing this on I haven't decided, weekly, maybe every couple days or so. But basically I'm going to use it to communicate some national and local MMA news to my readers. So I want to, again, thank you for joining me, and without further ado, let's jump right into some of the news that's been happening over the last few days. My last couple posts have been about the World Combat Sports Challenge show, which took place on Saturday, and you can read my last couple of posts that again talk about the show. And about 5,000 people were in attendance. Frank Shamrock, Jake Shields, Gil Melendez, Anderson Silva, Josh Thompson. There were some really well-known MMA fighters in attendance, and really great Muay Thai and MMA fights. So it was a good success. There were some logistical issues, no question, but I'm sure that World Combat will be doing their best to put on an even better show next time. But it was definitely a good first show with MMA fights. So that was good. On the national front, the UFC 98 card pulled in $3.25 million on the gate, and there was over 12,500 fans in attendance. And I remember reading in the weeks leading up to the event that there was concerns about ticket sales, but obviously this shows that both Rashad and Lyoto have some drawing power. Also, very importantly, none of the fighters that were tested at the event tested positive for drugs of abuse or steroids or anything of that nature. So that's also a good thing. And thinking back, it's been a while since I remember reading or hearing about a UFC fighter testing positive for a banned substance. So that's good. Also, it was announced through MMAJunkie.com that the winner of the Dan Henderson-Michael Bisping fight at UFC 100 will receive a middleweight title shot. And obviously, it'll be a little while before that happens because Anderson Silva is going to be fighting Forrest Griffin at UFC 101 in August, so that won't happen right away. Now, my take on this is obviously Henderson had a shot at Anderson Silva in the title, UFC 82, and after I actually just recently watched the fight, ironically enough, and he looked good in the first round, and some would say that he won. He probably did win the first round, and then the second round, Silva just opened up and ended up choking him out with a rear naked choke. So, should we deny Henderson a title shot because he's lost before? Not necessarily. However, are his chances improved? He's older. I believe he's 38. And at that age, are you really improving as a fighter? Conventional wisdom would probably say not enough to beat Silva. So from that side of it, I wouldn't necessarily hope for that. However, he does have, knockout power in both hands. So, there's always that chance. As far as Bisping goes, I definitely think he would earn the right to get a title shot if he beat Hendo, but I don't see Bisping beating Silva. I just don't see that. So it's valid. I don't question that. However, I question both fighters' chances, and of course, MMA, anything can happen. But I just highly doubt that we would see either of those guys beat Silva. But that's why they actually fight the fights, to find out. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, it's been widely reported, but was first broken by Kevin Iole of Yahoo Sports, that Kimbo Slice, the internet fighting phenomenon, is going to be returning to MMA via the Ultimate Fighter Season 10. Now, the Ultimate Fighter Season 10 is going to feature an all-heavyweight cast, which has never been done before. And also, the fighters do not have to fight their way into the house, as has been done in recent seasons, but they're returning to the original formula of fighters being chosen and then just getting a spot in the house. The coaches will be former light heavyweight champions Sugar Rashad Evans and Quentin Rampage Jackson, who, interestingly enough, turned down a guaranteed title shot at Lyoto Machida because he wants to take out Evans. And so he turned that down. There are some other reasons: heel nagging, injuries, get better as a fighter, the popularity that comes with coaching the Ultimate Fighter. So yeah, it's definitely a sound move tactically for Rampage. And both Rampage and Evans will fight at the end of the show. Now, personally, as getting back to Kimbo Slice, personally, I love this idea. And Kimbo has always come across to me, and this is my opinion, but Kimbo has always come across to me as a genuinely nice guy, a hardworking guy that was surrounded by, a lot of hype and unwarranted hype. But he's never been somebody, from what I've seen, that's tried to cut corners. The media people, the MMA media people that I've spoken with, consensus is that they like him and that he's a good guy. And yeah, he did not deserve the hype and the main event placement that he got with Elite XC, and obviously that was a huge part of why the company folded. But even his harshest critics have to give Kimbo credit for basically starting at the bottom and being willing to earn his place in MMA. And on top of all that, Dana White, president of UFC, said some very, very horrible things about Kimbo when he was with Elite XC. And now Kimbo is coming to work for him. How many people would work for a boss that had said a bunch of stuff about you before you even joined the company? So you got to give Kimbo credit. I don't have anything against him for making the money that he did, and it's not his fault. But again, you have to give him credit for being willing to start where he's at. And I think it'll be very interesting to see how he does both in the house, with his personality and with his, the baggage that he brings and all that, along with all the other fighters and the baggage they bring. It would be interesting to see how he does in the house and in the cage, in the training. And if Kimbo doesn't have the skills, we're going to find out truly once and for all if Seth Petrozelli really did expose him, or if it was just a good shot that most of us didn't really catch the full effect of over television. So we're going to find out one way or the other just how good or bad Kimbo really is, and I'm excited to see how that turns out. So anyways, I want to thank you for watching, and I appreciate those that are reading the page and coming back, and I hope this is another added attraction for you, and we'll be seeing you soon. Take care.